Novera is a leading independent renewable energy company with a portfolio of landfill gas, onshore wind and hydro power generation. The selection of a site is based on many criteria. Of course, the site has to be windy. It also has to be close to the grid to take electricity away from the site. Other important criteria are proximity to national parks, nature reserves and other landscape and ecological designations. Every proposed site is subject to an environmental impact assessment, which helps us to minimise the environmental impact of the development. Wind farms generally take 4 to 6 years to develop, but at Novera we have a good track record of working well with planning departments to reach production in a much shorter time frame. The environmental impact assessment studies includes various surveys, including on birds, which are conducted over a minimum period of 12 months and assessed by experienced ornithologists. Consultation with environmental agencies such as Natural England, Scottish Natural Heritage and the RSPB, of which Novera is a corporate patron, also form part of this assessment. If a planning application is consented, planning and grid agreements are completed and turbine and equipment procured ahead of construction. At Lisset, the first turbines arrived 12 months after the start of construction, once the access roads had been trialled and discussed with the local authority and police and the turbine foundations laid. The turbines at Lisset were manufactured by German company Nordex at a factory in Rostock and were transported by ships into the docks at Goul. All main parts of the turbines were delivered and transported to the site separately. 2 cranes are used to unload the steel tower sections, with the largest lowering each of the 4 tower sections vertically into position. The nacelle is then lifted into place, followed by the blades. A 690 to 33,000 volt transformer and associated switchgear is located in the base of each turbine. All of the turbines are linked both electrically and electronically by a network of high voltage cables and fibre optics, routed alongside the site access roads. The cables converge on the substation, which houses switchgear for the wind farm electrical circuits and a computer control system. From here, the power is fed into the national electricity grid network via a transformer which further steps the voltage up on site from 33,000 volts to 66,000 volts and then travels along 14 kilometres of underground cable. Wind conditions are continually monitored by a power performance mast located to the south of the site. Information from here is fed back to the site control room, from where the site can be operated remotely and the data used to ensure that the farm is operated as efficiently as possible. Within days of arriving on site, the first turbines are fully operational, each contributing 2.5 megawatts of power to the grid. Global climate change, caused by rising levels of man-made greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, is one of the most pressing problems affecting the world today. Electricity production from non-renewable sources, such as coal and gas, is one of the main sources of harmful carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Governments around the world have identified increased renewable energy as an important way to reduce greenhouse gases and combat climate change. Renewable energy, including wind-generated power, is core to the UK government and European Union's strategy to tackle climate change. At Novera, we take a responsible approach to the development of our projects and place great emphasis on community engagement. The wind farm has been widely embraced to the extent that the local newsletter has been renamed as the Lisset Blade, and the local schools have taken a keen interest in the wind farm as part of their environmental awareness drive. Novera will donate £60,000 for each year of operation into a community trust to fund community projects and sustainability initiatives. In addition, Novera donated £20,000 to Haywoods, a local charity which promotes the planting of trees in Yorkshire. The airfield, which once played its part in the fight against fascism, now plays its part in the fight against climate change. Lisset Airfield Wind Farm opened in 2009 and is sited on private farmland which was previously the former RAF Lisset Airfield. Lisset, built in 1942, was the closest Bomber Command airfield to Germany. Completed in February 1943, it was the home of 158 Squadron, who throughout the war operated Handley Page Halifax 4-engine bombers. Given Lisset Airfield's fascinating history, Novera was pleased to include, as part of the project, the construction of a memorial to the 851 members of 158 Squadron who died in active service. In consultation with the 158 Squadron Association and East Riding of Yorkshire Council, Novera held a design competition for the memorial, and the winning entry was from local artist Peter Naylor of Beverley. We were able to use locally sourced materials and the technical expertise of W. Campbell's & Son in Hull. The memorial depicts 7 figures in silhouette, representing a bomber crew and reflecting the 7 links in the 158 Squadron badge.